Hello, welcome back to Knitting Nicely. I'm Danielle Chauvet, and today we're going to learn how to do the T3B Cable Knit stitch. This is a traveling stitch, which means you're moving stitches across a reverse stockinette background. So first I'm going to do a couple edge stitches here, and then I've got my next 3 stitches, which is what I'm going to be moving around. So I need to move the left 2 stitches over to the right. So first I'm going to slip my first stitch with my cable needle and hold it to the back. And then I'm going to knit the next 2 stitches. And then I'm going to slip that stitch back onto my left needle and purl it. Make sure you purl it because that makes it so those stitches are traveling across a reverse stockinette background. Okay, I'm going to slow it down so we can do it together. And I'm zooming in so that you can really see what I'm doing. So what we're going to be doing is moving these 2 stitches over to the right. So I've got to take my cable needle and slip that first stitch onto my cable needle, and I'm going to hold it to the back of my work. And then I'm going to move my working yarn to the back so I can knit the next 2 stitches. That's 1 and 2. And then I'm going to slip that stitch on my cable needle back on to my left needle. Now sometimes your cable needle will twist a little bit. Just make sure you're putting that stitch back on in the right direction. And then I'm ready to purl that next stitch. Make sure you have your working yarn in the front so that you can purl through that next stitch. So I've got to move my working yarn in front like this, and then I'm going to purl through that next stitch. Okay, so that's a T3B. I'm going to speed it up again so you can see it at normal speed. You can see that these stitches are moving from the left to the right. So we've got our couple of reverse stockinette. Then I take my cable needle, slip it through the first stitch, hold it in the back, knit the next 2 stitches, slip that first stitch back onto my left needle from the cable needle, and then purl through that stitch. Oop, I gotta make sure my working yarn is in the correct place before I purl it. So make sure it's in the front and then purl through that stitch. There you go. That's how you move stitches across a reverse stockinette background, and it's usually called T3B. I like to think of that T as standing for travel. Some people make it stand for twist. I think traveling is a better word for it. But I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you enjoy seeing more videos from Knitting Nicely, please hit the subscribe button. Happy knitting!